Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with a little ZC chat tonight. I haven't done one in a little bit. This video, I'm going to tell you in advance, is for people who are interested in learning more about the zero carb way of life that I am following. If this doesn't interest you, I ask that you kindly leave now and take your judgments with you. Or even if you're just not interested, go watch something else. I have a lot of other videos that you can look at that would be more up your alley. But for those of you who are interested in this video is for you. Tonight I want to talk a little bit about how being ZC is not just about what you eat, but how you eat. I honestly think it's the how you eat that is the most important part. What we eat is a big part of it, but I think a lot of people miss the part of how we're supposed to be eating because we're so conditioned to eat a certain way, to limit the amounts of food, to worry about fats and proteins and what is happening to our arteries and all that stuff. Bottom line is, to do this way of life, you really have to throw everything you've ever known out the window. Just get rid of it. For zero carbs, it is animal kingdom only. They use the word zero carbs, meaning no plant life at all, no grains, no any of that stuff. We do actually get carbs in our diet because there are carbs in dairy or cheese and, different things that people eat, and even in some meats, because some processed meats that are not optimal but are allowed might have a carb here or there. So it's not like completely zero carb, and like seafood, like shrimp has quite a few carbs in it, not quite a few, but has carbs, and I eat shrimp. So you just have to think of it in terms of animal kingdom, and then you can use whatever little bit of plants you have to for things like seasoning, or for those of you who hang on to coffee, which is again fine as long as you don't put any kind of sugar or sweetener in it. So the things that you have to eat are certainly different than probably you've ever heard of before, because you're basically eating meat and drinking water. That is what I am down to. I used to include some dairy and coffee and pepper. I've even gotten rid of pepper because I notice I have a sour stomach after pepper. I do not drink coffee anymore, no dairy at all. It's been like a month now or a little bit more that I haven't had any dairy. I have only had meat, some eggs, and water, and sometimes some mustard. And the only time I'll ever add salt is if I don't happen to be cooking with bacon in my pan, but I usually use some bacon ends in almost every meal, so that's salty enough for me. Okay, so what we eat I've described before. If you want to know, I have a series on the FAQs that you can go look at. I have all kinds of links down below this video for you. Please go see those links. You know what? Let me show you what I'm talking about, because I don't think a lot of people understand when I say go see the links. I don't know how to do it on a phone, but if you're on a PC, I'm going to show you what you have to do. So when you are on YouTube and you see a video, you scroll down and here's the description box. Sometimes I call it description, sometimes info box. You have to click on show more. Now you will see that I have all kinds of links for you, that you can do all kinds of homework. This is the article that I discovered Kelly Hogan with. She's the one that got me to do this without her even knowing. I read her article, I read her entire blog. I started the very next day. I happened to be in bed when I discovered her, and I knew right at that moment this is what I was doing. And then I just learned as I went. I didn't wait. I jumped in. So all kinds of things, even right down to the video about my doctor saying that he approves of this. I do know you can also do it on a device, because I can read the description box on my iPad. If I can do that, anyone can. So I'm sure you must be able to do it with phones too. I just don't know how anybody likes to do anything on a phone. I just don't. As for what we eat, you can go and watch my FAQ series and you'll learn about all of that. The important part, in addition to what we eat, is how we eat. If you are doing zero carb, you need to remember that you have got to eat until you are full and or satisfied. I eat until I'm satisfied, and I'll tell you the difference. Full is when you know your belly's full, you're feeling full, and you could probably stop eating and not be hungry for hours. Satisfied is when your brain is telling you you're done. Saw something weird on my computer. My brain doesn't know when to stop. It generally just wants to keep eating and eating, especially if I'm in the carb world. I can be stuffed to the gills and my brain still wants more, or I can put the food down and in a half an hour I need more again. I eat until I'm satisfied. And I did bring this up in the group, Zeroing In on Health. Link is down below. And asked, should I be concerned about eating until I'm satisfied, or should I try to train myself to stop eating when I'm full? Pretty much with this way of life, you don't try to tell yourself anything. You do what you do, and that's all there is to it. It is better to err on the side of eating too much than not enough. Your body needs to be reset and wants all the meat that it's asking for, so that it can do all the things it needs to do and to help heal all the ailments that you need healed. And there are many that this is good for. If you're feeling a little stuffed, but maybe you're just anxious and nervous and something's going on, don't feel bad about continuing eating, because you're not ever going to get that bloated feeling when you're eating just meat. You can feel full, but it's not going to bog you down. You're going to be able to continue on with your day right after eating. It is really amazing. Don't say to yourself, oh my God, I just overate. I shouldn't have done that. Get off that. Just eat and go on your merry way. Do eat enough so that you are done when you're done. If you're hungry in another hour, you didn't eat enough. You need to be eating more. Most of the veterans who eat this way, and even those who have lost a ton of weight and are thin or normal size or whatever you want to call it, most eat at least 2 to 3 pounds of meat per day if they're a woman, and more if they're a man, and especially more if they're active, like if they're an athlete or they like to exercise. So it takes a lot of meat to get you healed and to get you down to the size you're supposed to be. I see a lot of people posting pictures and they have like 2 little hamburger patties on a plate. I'm like, what is that? I mean, that is like not even close to what I consider a meal. Let me show you some of the images of my meals. I don't eat everything in the plate, but you can see that I usually fill my plate with a lot of meat. Why do I do that? Because I want to make sure that there is enough. The last thing I want to do is have my plate empty and me feel like I want more. I don't want to have to get up and cook again. I like leftovers, so I just pile it on, and then what I don't eat, I bag it and put it in the refrigerator, and it goes to my leftover meal. The other thing that you should do is, like I said, make sure you have enough food, and then try to figure out how long do you go before you're hungry again. If it's really soon, you are not eating enough. Even if you think you ate a lot, even if you did eat a lot, the next time you're hungry, you're doing it again. You are eating again. And you're not standing at the refrigerator and taking a slice or 2 of roast beef and saying, I'll have that and I'll just wait until dinner time. No, no, no. You don't do that. You have to get yourself a plate of meat, sit down, and eat it. And if you are not in the mood to eat it, if you take a bite and you're like, I can't do this, you're not hungry. Put it away and wait. But don't just like nibble on things here and there, because that's just a bad habit, and it's going to suppress your appetite in the long run, and you do not want to suppress your appetite on this way of life. You want to be nice and hungry so you can eat lots of meat. You will find sometimes that you're not hungry, but yet you might be saying, gee, it's been quite a while since I ate. Especially like if you're tired or you're busy or you've been shopping. If I go out shopping and I do things and I come home and I'm tired, I really don't feel like eating. I just don't. I'm drained. I don't want to do it. And it doesn't sound appetizing, but I cook it anyway. And I say to myself, I'm going to sit down with this plate. And if I'm hungry, it'll end up being good. And if I'm not, I'll just put it away. After 1 or 2 bites, I'm like devouring it because I really was hungry. I just didn't know. So you have to do those kinds of things. Now, people who work outside the home, I'm very lucky. This way of life is absolutely a perfect fit for me because I work at home, so I'm lucky. I can cook meat anytime I want. But if you work outside of the home, almost every place you work has a microwave. Bring yourself some hamburger patties to eat. Don't let where you work be the reason you can't do this. And don't worry about what other people say. I'm going to talk about that in another video. But bring enough meat that you know you are going to have more than enough to eat. It's okay to eat hamburger patties every day for the rest of your life. It really is. Bring enough. Don't say, well, I'm going to bring 2 little hamburger patties to work today and 1 hard-boiled egg. That is limiting. You have no clue how hungry you're going to be. You are already setting it in your head that you're supposed to have some sort of portion control, and that's not right. You are supposed to eat until you don't feel like eating. And your appetite will change over time. There are days that you are ravenous. I've had days where I've had 4 gigantic meat meals. 4. I just could not stop. It was like ravenous. Didn't worry about it. Woke up the next day feeling awesome. There are days where I'll cook like maybe 1 plate full of food, and that's all I end up eating for the entire day. I eat and then I stop when I'm satisfied, and then later I'll eat more of it, and then, you know, maybe at night there's just a little bit left, so I might cook some ground beef or something and then add that to it. But the point is you have to get it out of your head that you're eating too much or that you have to be concerned about the fat content and all that. Just eat the meat and drink the water, and also get rest. That's an important part. It's the part I love the most. Permission to just rest. If you think you should be out taking a walk to try to burn calories, no, go lay down and let your body heal. So that is all I'm going to talk about for tonight. I have a list of things that I want to talk to you guys about. And if you have questions, just shoot me a comment down below, and then I can answer them in upcoming videos about ZC. Remember that there are a lot of people doing this. It's not just me. It's not something that I've made up, and it is certainly not something that I am promoting for others to do. For those of you who say and insist on saying and are mad that I won't listen to you, that say that I'm doing such harm to myself and that you want me to stop immediately and get my head checked, and you send me all kinds of sites that I should go be reading so I can get educated. Let's just pretend for the hell of it that this is killing me. Why would you care? Let me live my life the way I want to live it. And I have said before, and I will say it again, this is the way I choose to die. If you really think it's going to kill me, somebody gave me 3 years. I was like, wow, 3 good years. I could go for that. So just stop worrying about it and just say to yourself, is it possible that everything you've learned might not be right? It's possible. It is. It's possible. And you can go do your own thing. Just don't tell me what to do. This is my channel. I'm telling you my experiences. Don't turn around and tell me I'm wrong, because you're not going to win with me on that. You're not. You're just not. You can go tell other people I'm wrong on your channel, in your Facebook. But you don't have to bother me with those things, because what you think about what I'm doing is none of my business. It's not. All right? Thank you for watching. Bye.